And now back to Matthew Hatfield and the evil basketball coach. Blast you, Ed Young!
And welcome back to this special Hatfield Young football cast during Notre Dame and Miami as it's Labor Day weekend. Football's back. What's better? And we've got a special guest with us as Ed's Fighting Irish trail the Miami Hurricanes 21-7 in the third quarter right now. You see Miami with 277 yards of offense to Notre Dame's 115. It's just not his weekend right now because his Smithfield Packers took an L to the Lafayette Rams, and we have the head football coach of those Rams who are now, I think, 102-3 their last 105 Bay Rivers District games, moving up from Class 3 to Class 4 this year. Andy Linn with us. Coach, thanks for hopping on with us at 10 o'clock on the final Sunday of August. You might not have a lot to do with your life except break down film, but we really do appreciate you doing this with us.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. I appreciate y'all having, what you all do for high school football is fantastic. Real.
Well, thank you. And in fact, we just showed that Ed was gushing yesterday, and rightfully so. We'll show it again for folks. The play by your quarterback linebacker, Ball Mahog. He had this isn't just one of his highlight tackles here is one of them for folks. So we watch it again here. Boom.
Yeah. That's, watching film, preparing for the right thing and being in the right place and just breaking on the ball.
Yeah, he's a heck of a football player for you, isn't he?
He is. Yes, he is.
And I know he's been offered, but I believe Old Dominion already as a junior. But I want to start with not the guys on your team now, which we'll get to as the Irish try to convert this first down, and they do just that on 2nd and 5 with 4.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. But you got a couple of guys out of your program. People think of Lafayette. I mean, back in the day, maybe the greatest linebacker and hitter ever. We talked about it with Hank Sawyer earlier, Lawrence Taylor. But you got two guys in Mike Green and Tyler Neville make it to the pros. How about that?
Yeah, you talk about, again, like you said, everybody talks about Lafayette and Lawrence Taylor, Mel Gray, Ron Springs and all those way back when. But having those two guys get a chance the same year was pretty special.
That's pretty cool. So if they play each other, you don't have a rooting interest, right?
They played each other in the preseason.
That's right. They did, yeah.
Yeah. They played each other in the preseason, and I try to leave those guys alone. I give them a good luck text every week when they're getting ready to do something. But so I opened up a little chain with those two guys, and got talking about the preseason game coming up. And Tyler said, "Coach, you got to come to Dallas. You got to watch me pancake Mike," and that just opened Mike up to let's not get crazy. Oh, it was bad, and they went back and forth all the way up to the game. It was awesome to see. It was fun.
Yeah, and there's no shortage of drama with the Cowboys now with Micah Parsons being dealt. And then obviously Mike to the Ravens with Lamar Jackson and company. They've been so close the last couple of years and seeing what he's done. It's just they're both fantastic stories, I know, for you. Really are.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Tyler went through so much to get that far, and Mike's not had it easy. And to get to that level to be able to even have that chance, you better be a pretty good football player, pretty good person.
It's funny. We had both of them on before we transitioned from the radio on ESPN locally to now podcast and being seen on Cova Sports TV as well as our show being syndicated on television. Is that we had both Mike Green and Tyler Neville on our show when they were in high school making that transition to college, and just the number of people that would come up to me about just the quality young men they were, just how well they conducted themselves. I know that's the stuff that, and Ed will talk about this too now, coaching for so many years. Those are the things that make you all the proudest, even more than the wins and championships, right?
Oh, you're going to win. You're going to win games. You're going to lose games. We've won a lot of games. But, having those kids do that, or when your kids come back to school with their kids what I do is about every monthly, I've got every phone number of every kid since I've been the head coach. I've got every phone number of every kid that's played for me. And monthly, I send out about 50 welfare checks just to get a chain going. Everybody talking, how everybody's doing, Those are the things that, make you want to keep doing this as long as you possibly can.
Well put. Ed?
Andy, that's why you're big time. Just that statement right there says enough about you. I don't give a damn about all your wins that you have. But to say that you have phone numbers and you still send that stuff out, I mean, that's just unbelievable, admirable above all. And I'm kind of embarrassed that I haven't been able to do that. I tried that early in my career, but I've been with that's my 6th high school, which I never thought I'd last this long. So many players, but you hit it on the head. You're going to win games, you're going to lose games. If you do your job, you win more than you lose. If you have the right players, you'll win a lot more.
Yes,
and to have right players, you're going to have to really develop those relationships. That doesn't mean you just cater to them all the time, which some young coaches think that's the way to do it. You're going to have to be at times the guy they want to cuss out, but they know they better keep their mouth shut, or they not only won't play, they'll be gone. So, and we have to walk that fine line. Like people have been asking me about, coming back to, I'll be at Smithfield, and I'm interviewing these assistant coaches, Andy, and I'm asking them, and they're asking me, they're actually interviewing me. Well, Coach, when you say you treat kids more fairly and equal, what do you mean? I go, well, a lot of people say treat everybody equal, but I found out in coaching you can't do that because we're not all equal.
Oh, it's not even close, Coach.
Right. So what you have to do is go fairly. Each kid with their own. Now you've got to keep them in line with what the progress of the team is and all that structure. But it's more that you're going to treat them more fairly than equal, I believe. And I ask you this as a veteran guy, and like I said, you got 1 million wins. Is that kind of the approach you take when you look at individuals in terms of in your program, the rules and the structure? It's more on the idea of fair than equal.
Oh, absolutely. And I tell you what, Coach, I've never heard anybody put it that way, and it's a great way to put it. Like you said, we have a structure, we have a program, and if you're good, if you win that many games, you usually do have a structure to what you're doing. And did I lose you guys?
Nope, you're good. I hear you.
Oh, okay. You have a structure to what you're doing, and you can't treat everyone equally because none of us are equal, especially when you have kids from every walk of life. You don't know what they've got at home with this one, with this one, with this one. You better be a good football coach and learn what you've got with each of those kids so that you can treat them fairly.
Well, and like I tell parents, I said, now don't answer this out loud with your kids around. You have multiple kids. Isn't there that one kid you'd like to send back and try to trade in? The other one you want to give all the cake and ice cream to? And a lot of times they're sitting there like, they know.
Yeah.
So I said, so why are coaches supposed to handle kids equally when the parents don't even do it?
No, you are correct. You are correct. But I think if you can figure out that way, if you truly do know your kids, you take the time to get to know your kids, not the football player, the young man, you can then treat them all fairly.
Right. Yeah. And I believe that. But Andy, let me get in real quick. The game.
Big shout out real quick. Doreen McCain's mom shouting out there. You see, love what you said there. And by the way, Andy, we know your time is precious, but if Notre Dame happens to score on this drive, just know because of how superstitious he is, he's going to make you stay on until the end until they come back and win. So just giving you a heads up, he's going to make that happen because that's how he'll think you're good juju, not bad juju. If they lose, you get down 3 scores, they'll say, get out of here. I'll get the next coach on. So
that's right. Well, hopefully they found a little bit of offense here now, so we'll see who can go on.
Well, that's why we got rid of Dwight Vick because when he came on, they took the halftime lead.
They
took
the kickoff, went right down the field. It wasn't pretty.
Yeah, we got rid of him because that was the bad juju. So hopefully your veteran leadership will help us these Irish get the lead and get back.
Only if they're running the ball, Ed. That's all I can help them with is running the balls. We're not putting that thing in the air too often over here.
Well, that's not what I'm hearing, though. I'm hearing you got with that quarterback. You got some ideas and innovative things on the horizon.
I don't know. We like to run the ball. You guys know that.
Yeah.
Well, all I know is this: I got to see you up close, personal, for the first time, and I was in the back of the end zone where one of my duty was that AD Coach Doolin gave me my duty. I said, put me somewhere close to the field. I want to see our kids at Smithfield, but I also want to see this Andy Linn juggernaut, what he's been doing. And I'm telling you, Andy, this is as serious as I can be. I've seen a lot of good football teams, a lot of winning football teams, a lot of Hall of Fame coaches. Your kids hit, and I mean hit, and they're tackling the right way. They're not bumping kids up top. And when your kids hit somebody high, they hit them where I told Matt, kids were flying. They had the ball in the air flying. They were coming right to the ground. Your execution, and I know you're going to say, oh, okay, I appreciate it, Coach, but, we watched film. I saw 72 things we better improve on or Warhill's going to get it.
Yes,
you're correct. It might be more than 72. You're right.
I told Matt, I said, these football coaches are nuts. They kill the doggone films. They break them, go back and forth. You know, Hank Soar we had on earlier, he broke a damn projector years ago. A couple of the things because he got mad, picked it up and slammed it. Basketball, we don't do all that. We show.
No. You just break your hand in the locker room in a game you're up by 6 at the half.
That's a whole other story.
He slipped.
Right.
He slipped. All right.
It's right. I slipped. Somebody put a locker right where I was at the last second.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
But Andy, and again, your kids execute. They hit. They play together. And I said to myself, well, now I know why this guy wins so much. He's got guys in the right spots. Your line is huge, but they can move. And I told Matt, the Simpson kid, I said, look out. All he needs is the eye of a needle. And he's gone. I
tell you, he's really blossomed now, and he was special the other night. Now he really was.
Yeah, I want to make sure people know that. And I ain't saying it because you're on the doggone screen. I'm just saying what I saw was your kid. No wonder you win so many games. Your kids just execute. They don't make a lot of dumb mistakes. And I'm not bad mouthing my Smithfield kids. I think Tracy will get them going. And we're missing some. You know, we got to get some key kids in key positions, but we'll be okay. We hung with you for a good bit, and more than I thought. But and you guys are way up there. We're not even close to that yet. So I think Tracy will find some good things out of that game and prepare for the rest of the season. But when you're putting your squad together, Andy, what are some things? You don't have to get deep into philosophy, whatever, but like, you know, non-deal breakers. Like this is how it has to be to your staff or whatever as you put a squad together each year?
Well, I mean, the first thing we're looking for hard workers. You know, we get in that weight room January to August, and then of course twice a week during the season. But we get in there and they've got to work. You know, that's the first thing. And then you know, it used to be back in the day. You know, you're looking for the best player, you're looking for the best kid, the best athlete. You're looking for all that. But you can use the old coaching adages, and we use it very much now. You know, dependability is the best ability. If that kid shows up every day, that kid works hard, you can make a football player out of him. Now, if you get those great athletes to buy into that philosophy, then you can really have a great football player. And our kids have bought in. They work extremely hard. We keep a system. We don't change. We haven't changed since I've been there in 1997. We haven't changed. We run the same system. The kids know the system. Then it comes to, like you said, I mean, and I really appreciate you saying that, is, you know, we try to play fast and physical, you know, and you know, a lot of teams don't do that anymore. A lot of teams want to get in spread and sit back and don't put your linemen in stances, and we're going to patty cake you. We may be wrong. We're going to get beat by, you know, at some point everybody gets beat, but we're going to go down swinging as physical as we can, coming off the football and everything else. And I'll tell you what, Ed, now that Smithfield football team's physical now. They're not sitting back just taking it now. They are a physical football team. I hate to say this. I hate to play at Smithfield because every time we go there, it is a physical football game.
Yeah, I think Tracy, in year number, I think it's his fourth year. Again, getting the pieces out there, getting the numbers out there. It'll be all right. He did a really good job. He's improved each year out there. So, and that was one of the reasons I was excited to get the Smithfield job. Tracy and I shared an office for like 5 years. Of course, he cried for 3 days when he found out he had to share it again because he thought he got away from me because my desk.
He's still crying.
My desk looks like Hatfield's hair. It's all over the place.
Oh,
Can't
man.
find nothing.
Yeah. At least he still has her. I can't say I do.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Well, like I say, when you're putting your squad together now, and the only thing, Andy, I said this, and Matt told me already. He prepped me already. He said you're going to see the quarterback, who's a very good offensive player, been offered, is going to play linebacker. And I said, you mean defensive back? No, he's a linebacker. I said, Matt, you don't put a kid that great at linebacker. He's involved in hits and whatever. He's going to get hurt. He said, okay, you just go watch what you want. Then I said, this damn kid is the leading hitter, tackler. He's in over every play. And I said, well, maybe because he's a quarterback, he reads the quarterback's eyes, head movements so well. He's in the right positions, but then he's hitting. But I keep thinking, I don't want my quarterback making hits or getting hit. Obviously, with you, that's no problem.
Well, luckily, so with him, he's a very cerebral football player. He's been around football for a long, long time, been to many, many camps, and he's when it comes to a football IQ, Baum's got a great football IQ. But what you didn't notice the other night, Ed, is he didn't play quarterback the whole game. He didn't start for us the other night. Talon Leach started for us the other night.
Well, see, that's the other thing. You have too many good quarterbacks. It should be illegal. Because the way they were throwing those lead pass, that one lead pass, it wasn't to Simpson, it was the other receiver.
JL Lowe, yes, sir.
Yes, that play was beautiful.
Yeah, Talon's that Baum was having a little bit of hamstring issues last week, so we kind of took him out of one way. And Talon's normal outside linebacker for us also. But he started a game for us last year when Baum got hurt against Grafton.
That was the game I covered, right? Wasn't it when you played Grafton?
Yeah, when we beat Grafton, and then he's 2-0 now. So I told him, I said, if you never start again, you'll go out as an undefeated quarterback at Lafayette High School. So there you go.
Hey,
but,
Andy, that's what I did. That's what I did with coaching girls basketball. I coached 2 rec girls games. I got a better unit. I'm 2-0.
Hey,
I stopped then.
Hey, perfect winning percentage right there.
That's right.
Yeah. So Talon, he stepped in. I mean, he did a fantastic job last year. It's why we had no hesitation to do it this week. He knows the offense. He executes the offense. He could throw the ball. I mean, he's a great leader. It's like you said, Ed. It's a definite bonus to have 2 of them.
As we have guess what we got, Coach? We got a touchdown for the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. Look at it, and I got now. If I can find it here, I'm going to play it for Ed so he can dance with it. They're in the end zone. 11 plays, 64-yard drive, and now they're an extra point away from making it a 7-point gap here on the Hatfield and Young Football Cast during Notre Dame and Miami. And it's a touchdown with the quarterback, C.J. Carr, hitting Jordan Faison to cap that 11-play, 64-yard drive in 5:16. You're the good luck charm. I've never asked you this, Coach Linn. Do you have a favorite college team or team that you enjoy, even not even a college team, that you enjoy most watching play on a Saturday when you're free and you're like, I like watching them because of their style or system? Anybody enjoy watching?
I don't think I really have a favorite team. I used to be a huge Michigan fan and of course even up to last year when they just ran the ball because I love to see that kind of stuff. But no, I'll be honest with you. I probably don't watch much football during the afternoon on Saturday. I give my staff the day off on Saturday, and I kind of try to. You never take the day off. Football's always running through your head, but Saturdays, if Saturday evenings, I'll watch the games that are prime time. But no, I'm an avid Vikings fan in the NFL, but in college, not really so much.
Oh, we just did the other day. I'm glad you said that. Now that you said that you're an avid Vikings fan, because we do our NFL over-unders on the show every year before the season starts. And last year, as a matter of fact, our guy from Cove Sports TV, Nick Senti, he is a big Minnesota Vikings fan. But we both took them this year as an over for the total in that division. Tricky. It's 8.5. We took over, but that division might be as good a division as there is in pro football with the Vikes, the Lions, the improving Bears with a new head coach, and of course Green Bay getting Parsons to go with Jordan Love.
Yeah, I think the Lions may take a little bit of a dip. You lose 2 coordinators. I don't care what you're saying. It's tough now. I know it's the NFL, but it's still an adjustment period. And like you said, that division's tough, real tough. So, I can see the Vikings winning easily 9 games, so I would have taken the over too. Now, last year when they said 6.5, you should have bet a lot of money on the over. But
now, a few years ago, you and I I wish I had the picture with me still. You and I took a selfie with the one and only Keith, who now just chimes in with good afternoon at 10:19 at night. Do you have any advice for how Ed is going to deal with Keith on a regular basis now?
Oh, I hope Ed, every time you see Keith, you go up and shake his hand, man. He is unbelievable. He is my favorite guy in Smithfield. Always has been. That was the one person I was sad I didn't get to see the other night.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I went up there to work the game was I wanted to meet with Keith, but he had other things to do. And see, I got to help Keith. Keith, it's not the afternoon. Okay, it's your bedtime. It's 10 o'clock at night, Keith. What are you doing afternoon? You must got every light in the house on, and you haven't looked outside in a while. So get it together, Keith.
Oh, that's about right for him now. Now I tell you what, he was one of my favorite guys to see in Smithfield all the time, buddy. I tell you.
You love Keith. He is as loyal. You need loyal, as you know this for coaching as long as you have, as does Ed. You need loyal people that have passion. And Keith is one of those, and one of our favorites that we love.
He embodies everything you just said. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah. In our remaining time here with you, we'll probably keep you for maybe not till we probably get a next commercial break. I guess let you finish up what you're doing. To follow up on that one question though, when you do to get a chance to watch, we'll have asked this to basketball coaches. I throw it to Ed's way a lot. When you're watching a pro or college game, are there things, because a lot of young coaches think, oh, I just saw that touch, I'm going to put that into my team. It doesn't work that way. Are there some things that you'll see that the common eye isn't trained to see that you might try to sprinkle into what you do? Give me a thought on that in all your years of watching other football. And it could even just be, it could go down to lower levels, not even the college and pro. You see something else, another game on film, and you say, you know what, we might want to try that.
Well, it's a copycat business. No matter what you do, someone's copying you or you're copying someone else. Now at the pro level, you don't see a whole lot of it, but what you have seen leak into the pro level from the high school and college level is the jet sweep. You see how many people run the jet sweep now, which was nothing that it wasn't run very often in the pros not very long ago. Now I will say, you look at Army, you look at Navy, those kind of schools. For what we do, we've borrowed lots of things from them. Absolutely. There's schemes, there's formations, there's plays. But we've run the wing T for years, and in this year we kind of changed it up a little bit. It's the wing T essentially, but sent my staff to Texas, to Liberty Hill in Texas, to look at the Texas slot T, and we're actually running a lot of that. And it's it's a run the football, fast paced, three guys, different directions, and we're coming at you. I mean, those guys the other night, Breon Stokes, Josh, and Tyree Wilson, we ran we had 106 yards in penalties and still had 432 yards rushing. So, I know everybody's like, you got to throw the ball more, but I think I'll take what we have right there. We had 92 yards passing too. Don't get me wrong, but we had a 70-yard pass. That helps.
Well, Andy, you're a veteran guy. You win a lot of games, but I'm going to have to learn you like I've done some of these other Hall of Fame coaches. I don't coach football, and this next statement will show you why. You got to have the 4th and inches pass. You got to do the flea flicker. Got to hand off to a guard/tackle in the backfield because he's big enough at the 2-yard line. He'll fall in the end zone. You got to put some of those plays in because you make kids execute well, and it's going to add some more wins on your total like you really need them. And I don't want you don't have to cut on there and say, well, this old basketball coach telling me something about football. I don't need that. I don't really need it. Just keep that in the back of your head for down the road.
Well, let me tell you. So I've checked a couple of those boxes already, Ed. Every year, my senior lineman, anybody who's been in the program 4 years and is a senior and starts on the offensive line, will get a goal line carry during the year to get a touchdown.
Nice. Nice.
We've done it every year. You can usually find a game to pop that in there and do it. Last year we actually had a jet sweep that we handed off to our guard, who was only 160 pounds. We handed it off to him rather than and had the tailback lead for him. Now the 4th and inches pass. I'm a 4th and inches quarterback sneak guy. We're getting the first down.
I'm with you.
Now, I mean, I could maybe inch myself if I'm up in the game to do something like that, but the old coach in me would be shaking a little bit not to get that first down now.
Now, help me with this before I let you run. I know you got a key game coming up on Friday at Wanner with Warhill, who also won its season opener, and you want to get some rest here before Labor Day hits. Help me out with this, though, because one of the things that drives me crazy, and I just saw it yesterday, in fact, I think it was in the Florida State-Alabama game, which was successful. 4th and 1, and the NFL teams do it a lot now.
And they were in shotgun.
It drives me crazy, Coach. Help me. Why guys keep doing it? Why? Because you're making – instead of getting 1 yard, you got to get 5. It drives me nuts.
Man, I wish I could tell you. I mean, it's You'll never, if you are at a Lafayette game and we are on the 1 yard line and we're in shotgun, Andy Linn has either retired or passed away.
But I mean, I guess what if you could, and I'll let you go on this. What is the thinking? Is it just because you spread out more space? It's too congested? Because I don't understand the logic in it really.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I think most of the people, it's their systems. If you watch, they don't go under center. Under center is almost a dinosaur anymore.
Right.
And so they don't ever go under center. So you would think they'd have a plan to once you get inside the 5 yard line to get under center. I mean, when you watched when you watched a couple of these games this weekend, teams would get down there and just couldn't get the ball in, and then had to end up running around. Notre Dame's first touchdown, quarterback had to run 30 seconds before he threw the ball because the first 2 times they tried to run the ball from shotgun and got blasted.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's I don't know. I'm old school. I'm going to stay the way I am until until I'm not here anymore, I guess. And hopefully it leaks to somebody likes it. I don't know.
And it's the equivalent of all these pro and college teams that decide to pass up a layup for a 3-point shot. I know it's the same thing.
And I agree with Andy. And again, I'm not no football expert, but I do too. I look at the shotgun and I'm thinking it's like baseball. When they ship the third baseman to shortstop, nobody bunts the ball. Am I missing something?
Yeah. No, it's
extra innings, they can't sack bunt anymore. They can't sack bunt in extra innings. They're running. They can't do it. Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing that's lost in our sport a lot is fundamentals. And so, it's a fundamental. So, if you're not doing your fundamentals, I mean, and you guys go to all this stuff and you do these shows everywhere, which I think is fantastic. But 7-on-7s is the way to play football now, and only way I'm going to a 7-on-7 if it's the front 7 and the offensive line versus their front 7. That's the only 7-on-7 I want to go to. So
there you go. Well, hey, it's been a real pleasure having you on. I'm sure this will not be the last. This is our first game night cast. We plan to do this with other football games, other sports as well from time to time, not every Sunday night. But real pleasure talking with you. I know Ed enjoyed watching your team, although he didn't love the outcome being now that he's a Packer wearing the blue and gold. But all the best to you against the Warhill Lions and beyond, and we'll see you soon.
I appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome.
Thank you. You too.
Keep winning, man, and come see us play some hoops. I might need you on the bench for some of that knowledge.
Ed, I am going to, when you guys come here this year, I'm going to make sure I come up and shake your hand, man, because I love listening to you.
Hey, you're the first game of the year. They gave me the 4 top teams in the district for my debut year, and we open up at Lafayette. I said, could have anybody done it any crazier?
Oh, no.
I'll see you.
Potentially, the Bay River schedule makers aren't the best. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah, I'm glad you said it, because when I look at the schedule.
Oh, don't look at the TV, Ed. Don't look at the TV because something bad just happened.
Don't tell me they fumbled the damn ball again.
No, they didn't fumble it. They what you want to do? They threw the football. Bad. If you throw the football, as Andy can tell you, sometimes 2 out of 3 things can happen, and 2 of them aren't good.
And they're not good. Right, you're right.
Yeah. Hey, Coach. Always a pleasure. You be well.
Thanks, Andy.
All right, guys. Thanks. See you later.
See you soon, Andy Linn, head football coach